Your body will reject a person that you felt deeply in your heart was perfectly meant for you. Let's talk about it. Sometimes the person that we think we want is not the person that we ultimately need. You think that that man is perfect for you and he's your soulmate because he closely fits the description of who you've been praying for or manifesting if you're a manifestor like me. Sometimes these relationships can end abruptly. Sometimes they can end subtly. Sometimes it can end in you having an extreme allergic reaction to him and going to the doctor thinking that he burnt you, but the whole time it was just your mind. Sometimes it can end in a pregnancy scare. Sometimes it ends in a new form of trauma that you have to heal from. Most of the time, it's your ancestors stepping in to intervene because your ass is stubborn. We attract people like that into our life as a test to see if we're ready for who we've been manifesting. You settled because you didn't know that you were deserving of more. Things happened in your life the way they did because you did not use your discernment. Trust me, I experienced it myself. Sometimes your a man as a woman. Let's talk about when your body rejects a man as a woman. Let's talk about it. It's more than just scientific. Like, we can think of so many things from a scientific standpoint, but sometimes it's divine intervention. Sometimes this is God or the universe or your spirit team or ancestors saying, no, I don't want him to be a part of my bloodline. I don't want him mixing with the goodness that you have. I don't want him taking away your favor. So then they're gonna we're gonna do everything in our power to get this man away from you. Literally, sometimes your whole entire womb, you will start having issues with your womb when you need to leave a man alone. This is how intelligent the body is. What I mean by that, and y'all saw that orb? I know y'all saw that. But anyways, what this means is, for example, we have some women, and this can be hormonal too, but I've had experienced it personally, dealing with a man that's not right for me. You can literally go through cycles where you bleed for months and months and months, where you start having issues and you feel like, oh, well, maybe I have to get a hysterectomy. You don't have to remove your womb. You have to leave his ass alone. Leave that man alone and watch how your life starts to flourish. Sometimes these men come around us and they carry demons on us. And it's not always men. I want y'all to understand that. I could do a whole entire video talking about the women, but we talking about the men right now. Some of these men y'all are married to are narcissists. Some of these men have, mental disorders. They're sociopaths. They have issues. They have the incubus spirit on them. So what do? They suck your energy dry. You're wondering why as soon as you met this man, your life started going to shambles. You started gaining weight or losing weight. You started losing your beauty. People started to not notice you. You don't look as pretty because this man is sucking you dry like a damn vampire. Let's talk about
that your spirit guides, aka ancestors, are sending you that man or that woman is not for you. They're gonna make them treat you like complete crap because they told you and they gave you so many different signs that they're not for you and you're not listening. So now they gotta make them hurt your feelings. You're gonna be drained of all your life because you are not an energetic match. So if you feel depressed, you feel down, you feel unmotivated, you feel just completely drained of all life after you leave somebody, it's because you are not an energetic match. Your body will reject them. Not only will the sex not hit the same, because the sex still can hit the same, but women, you will start getting more yeast infections or BV infections back to back. It's not even the fact that, you're doing something wrong down there. You are not a match and your pH is trying to show you that, hey, you are not a match. It's also going to show up in your weight. If you're unhappy, depressed, sad, or whatever, you're going to be full of, bloated with, and weighed down with unhappiness. That's why when it ends, you drop weight like this.
I'm so self-aware of your own energy and other people's energy to the point where when the people that aren't meant for you come around you, you can feel it in your body. You can feel it in your heart. You can feel it in every cell of your being that they're not meant for you. In other words, your body will reject this person. See, a lot of y'all get that feeling, but you choose to ignore it. You get that ick feeling, or you get the urge to isolate yourself or separate yourself from the situation or the person, but you choose not to. And when you choose to stick with this person, or when you choose to allow this person into your space, it leads you down a path of regret. It leads you down a path of misery and suffering. It's like deep down, you know for a fact that this person is not for you on any level whatsoever. They could be screaming trouble for you. They could have all the red flags in the world, but for whatever reason, you choose to ignore that feeling and allow this person in your energy, to allow this person in your circle or your space. So just a word of advice, trust your gut feeling, trust yourself. Don't allow this person to infiltrate and plague your energy and your life. It'll cost you your peace, your happiness. It'll create problems and even karma that you really don't even need to get into.
I was talking about how your body can reject a man. That's 100% correct, especially when they throw off your pH balance. Not only that, they can cause yeast infections. And women typically don't get yeast infections by themselves. Come on now. Be careful who you sleep with, because men can throw off your pH balance. You can get draining headaches or, like stuff like that. Your body can reject a specific person or people. So that's 100% correct. I'm going to tag her. I could not do it because it was loading too long. So I just wanted to say yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're 100% correct.
You'll know when it's time to leave your narc. Just pay attention to your body. Your body will slowly and surely start to definitely reject a person. You'll no longer want to sleep with them. You'll become less and less argumentative. You won't even have the need to sleep with them in the bed. They'll try to kiss you. You'll be like, you won't want to go out with them because you already know they're going to start some shit. You won't even feel the need to dress up anymore. You'll start to question your motives more and more and more why you want to be with them. And let's not even get on the whole entire spiritual activity. Your spirit guides will definitely inform you to leave. You'll see 5-5 a lot. 5-5-5 a lot. You'll see situations on TikTok and social media that's letting you know to let it go. All I'm saying, guys, trust your intuition. You're definitely on point. Your body will reject them first before you leave that narc.
Your body has a way of telling you if you're with the wrong person. If you start feeling nervous around him, if your body gets tense, if you get anxious around him, that is your body telling you that you don't want to be with him. Being around a dude that you actually want to be with should give you peace, should give you joy. Your body shouldn't go in alert mode. Follow for more.
Are the signs you need to watch for to let you know that you shouldn't be around certain people, okay? Number one, if you find yourself being clumsy around certain people, baby, you not that damn clumsy in real life. No. Baby, if you bite your tongue and you talking to somebody. Now, the next one is for like people in relationships or something like that. This goes with the person you sleep with. If all of a sudden you having bad dreams and you having body aches and all this and that, sick all of a sudden, it ain't your health. Trust and believe. It's the company you sleep with, okay? Number 4, random misfortunes. It's always something going on. This happened. You lost this job. This didn't come through for you. The application was denied. All of a sudden, back to back to back to back. That means spirit ain't trying to give you no blessings because of the company you keep and the people that's around you. Okay? Read the screen, y'all. Read the screen.
Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone.
It's true sometimes, y'all, when you're dealing with a narcissist or a toxic person, your body will physically start to reject that person. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. So this person right here is saying they used to be afraid and drained when their narcissistic ex, possibly narcissistic ex, whatever, was on the way home from work. A telltale sign that your body is rejecting this person. Your heart might still be in the relationship or whatever, but your mind and body have logged out of it. Being in a toxic relationship for a long period of time you can have physical symptoms. You can get hives, your hair can start falling off from stress and things like that. People ask me, like, how do I know if I'm in a toxic relationship? I ask them one simple question, like, how do you feel when they're on the way home from work? If they get home from work at 5 o'clock, how do you feel at 4:30? How do you feel at 4:30 if you're on the way home from work? How do you feel when you have to confront them about something? How do you feel when it's time to hold them accountable? Did you start sweating? Did your stomach start hurting thinking about it? Then you might be in a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person, possibly. When your heart and mind are not in line, oof, buckle up.
I also want to speak on one more thing before I go back for my lunch break. But I seen something on TikTok, and it was from Twitter, but it was saying signs of your body rejecting him. And I just want to say this from someone whose body rejected a man. The first sign is the sex will start to hurt, okay? I'm not going to say of who it was, but someone that I did deal with. I'm not going to say if I was in a relationship or with them or whatever. I'm just going to say someone I dealt with because I don't want to be too specific. But, someone that I had dealt with, it was just like, of course, obviously in the beginning, the sex was fine. Like it was great. Right. And over time, I felt like as I just started losing the connection with them, that I started having pain from sex. And it had nothing to do with size. It had nothing to do with his strokes or anything. It was simply that my body was telling me, leave this man alone. And so I went to my therapist and I told her, like, sorry, there was a seed in my mouth. I'm like, for some reason, like, the sex is starting to hurt. And I'm like, it's so weird because I've never had this problem with this person before. And she told me that that's because you don't like him anymore. And I'm like, nah, I still like him. But then I thought to myself, like, I'm lying right now. I don't like this man like that no more. Like, I was having to force myself to like this man or tell myself to like this man just because I dealt with so much shit that came with this person. And I feel like as a woman, I had to put up with the shit because I was trying to prove to not only myself, but prove to others, like, okay, this relationship will last. Or I didn't want people to look at it like, oh, damn, you gave it a second chance and it didn't work. So it was like I had to force myself to like this person at that point. And it was like, granted, I still had love for the person, but then I started thinking, like, I don't even love this person. Like, a lot of it was my delusions that I was going off of, and I had to finally come down to earth and think to myself, like, girl, you tweaking. Like, you tweaking for real. But basically, no, I started thinking to myself, like, I can't have enjoyable sex with this person. Like, there was no connection there anymore. Like, the kissing felt off. Just the overall intimacy was off. And I'm like, why do I feel like this? Because I never felt like this with this person. So it was just like, why am I feeling this? And once I left my therapist, I went home and I was up and I was just thinking to myself at night, like, damn, I really don't like this motherfucker no more. Like, that's crazy. And I really just had to tell myself, like, my body is rejecting him. And I didn't understand it. I just kept thinking, like, the sex is hurting. I'm thinking in my head, he's cheating. Or I'm thinking in my head, like, because I'm like, my therapist told me once your body starts tensing up for that person, it's because you no longer feel the way that you feel for them. So your body is trying to protect you. And I'm just like, damn. And I really started thinking, like, I did start having that. Like, I started tensing up with this person. I never tensed up with this person before. But I started tensing up. And it was just like, even during us having sex, like, I was having problems with staying wet. Like, I just couldn't be there anymore. Like, I knew mentally he was not there no more. So in the back of my head, it was like I was trying to make the connection still be there. And after having sex the last few times of the relationship, I'm like, you know what? This is not worth it no more. Like, it's not. And then I really started seeing, like, I was blinded by sex. Like, I literally thought because this person had good sex with me that we have this good connection. And it was like, a lot of that was soul ties. Just because I could literally feel an energy transfer when I would have sex with this person. And I didn't do any cord cutting or anything. I just told myself that I have to let that go. So the last time of having sex with that person, it was like a one and done. Like, I'm just like, this is not it. And yeah, after that last time of having sex, I left that relationship because I'm like, this is not it. Like, I'm not going to put myself in the situation of me not enjoying sex with a person that I had loved having sex with, right? But I feel like as women, when, you know, sex starts hurting or you start drying up or, you know, if he goes to, you know, insert it is hurting, or you're like, ouch, or if he, you know, moves this way, it hurts, or if he hits your cervix a little bit, it hurts. That is your body rejecting that man. And there's other signs of your body rejecting the person. You will have headaches. You will have bad dreams when you sleep next to this person. You will have also migraines, but you'll start having stomach issues. Your digestion is off. I noticed another thing when my body was rejecting this person. I kept having toothaches all the time. My tooth would always hurt, and I'm like, why am I always having toothaches? Like, this is so annoying. And it was like I was constantly taking ibuprofen, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then once I left that person, my tooth stopped hurting. So it was just like my body was trying to give me all these signs to leave this motherfucker alone. And I did not see the signs. So I just feel like when you have all these signs to let a person go and stop fucking with someone, take heed of those signs. If you are having stomach problems, or you are not digesting your food correctly, or you're feeling nauseous throughout the day, or you're having random headaches, or when you take naps with this person, or you go to sleep with this person at night and you're having bad dreams, or you're having dreams they're cheating, take heed of those, okay? When you have dreams and you're laying next to a person, or even just having dreams about that person cheating on you or lying to you or whatever that is deceitful to you, that is God trying to give you signs. That is your ancestors and everybody, and your angels and everybody trying to tell you to leave this person alone. Stop ignoring your dreams. That's a problem that a lot of people have. They think their dreams don't mean things. Your dreams are signs, okay? If you keep having dreams and then you keep having the same specific dreams, that is God trying to tell you something. So you need to listen, okay? Listen. The last time I ignored my dreams, I literally had it come to me in a dream, and it woke me up. And I went and found out what I needed to find. It was like God woke me up. It was like, I'm going to show you this. And you're going to take heed of it and fix the problem, okay? And so I just feel like we have to take signs. And we have to realize when our body is rejecting a man. When our body is rejecting a man, we'll have constant arguments too. It won't be just, you know, little shit. It'll be the same argument. If you keep having an argument with your man about this certain woman, or you keep having arguments with your man about what he does on social media, or you keep having arguments with your man about his baby mama, or you keep having arguments with your man about him going out with his homies, like, that's a sign you need to leave that person alone. But you're not realizing it because you're thinking, oh, it's normal to argue. No. Leave that man alone. Learn to take signs and take heed of them, okay? Stop thinking that you could fix the problem. You could fix X, Y, and Z. You cannot fix nothing, okay? There's nothing to fix. What you need to do is leave. It's that simple. Leave. When your body gives you signs, listen to your body. Just like when you have gut feelings, listen to your gut. Your gut would never steer you wrong. Your body won't steer you wrong. Your mind won't steer you wrong. The only person that steers you wrong is you as a person, because you don't want to listen to your body when it is trying to tell you things. So, women, be smart. Take the signs, the dreams, all of that. Take heed of it and just move on gracefully. The right one will come along and you will not have any of those bad signs coming to you. No red flags, no nothing. And you will be so appreciative of it. For real.
Sip some probiotic tea with me while I tell you the 5 most common signs that your body is rejecting the man you're currently with. Disclaimer before we start, this video is for the girls, so if you're not a girl, please keep scrolling. And I also wanted to let you guys know that I'm not a medical professional. This is based strictly on research, personal experience, and stories I've heard from other women. That said, there are many changes that can happen in our body due to hormones, autoimmune diseases, pregnancy or childbirth, periods, and so on. So please don't take this at face value. It only applies if these changes started happening right after you started meeting this new guy or hooking up with him or getting intimate with him. Okay, let's get into it. The first sign that your body's rejecting this guy that you're currently seeing is increased acne. And the reason why increased acne is a sign that your body's rejecting the guy you're currently seeing is because increased acne happens when your stress levels rise. So if you feel calm around him, your stress levels should not be rising, and therefore your hormones should stay pretty balanced. But if you notice that every time after you leave him, you go back to your own house, you go back to work, or you go back to school, that you're starting to see these new pimples pop up out of nowhere, it's a sign that he's leaving you feeling stressed out and you're not realizing it, or you're blaming it on other circumstances or on your life situation. But if the only thing that changed between when you didn't have breakouts to when the breakouts started happening is this guy entering your life, then it's a sign that your body's rejecting him. Again, your hormones fluctuate normally, so do mine. I get breakouts around my period, so don't take this at face value. Actually sit there and assess, how many times after I see this guy do I break out? And if it's consistent, he's the common denominator. Eliminate him. Next, we got rapid changes in weight, appetite, or diet. Now listen, of course, when you get into a healthy relationship, you are going to gain more weight. Naturally, we just spend more time eating when we like each other's company. So that's normal. But I'm talking about in the dating phase. If you just met this guy and you notice that you're either gaining weight too quickly or losing weight too quickly, your appetite is decreased or your appetite has increased, and your diet has gotten worse and unhealthier, it's a sign that your body's rejecting him. Your body is trying to tell you that he is leaving you with a void. And usually the first thing that changes when we feel a void inside our bodies is our appetite. As a result, our diet changes, and as a result, our weight changes. Again, if you're pregnant or if you just gave birth, disregard this. I'm talking about in the first 0 to 90 days of meeting a new guy. If your weight rapidly changes, it's a sign that your body is rejecting him. Third on the list is your pH balance. Again, this is not a blanket statement, but if you notice that after the first time you get intimate with him, your pH balance is immediately thrown off, it either changes in smell or color or frequency of discharge, it's a sign that your body's rejecting him. Your coochie trying to tell you something, girl. Listen to your coochie. Moving on. Fourth on the list is changes in your period. If your period gets heavier or it gets longer, or it comes sooner or later than it's supposed to, it's a sign that your body's rejecting this man. If you use a period tracking app, it's going to be really easy to tell how soon these changes happen, but deep down inside, you're going to know. You're going to feel it, because all of us know how heavy our periods are, how frequent they're supposed to come, and how long they last. So if it's lasting longer, or if it's coming sooner, or if it hurts more because the flow is heavier, it's a sign that your body's rejecting him. I don't know how many times I need to say this, but this is not a blanket statement, so please see a healthcare practitioner if this has been going on for a really long time. But if you notice that right after you start meeting a new guy, the next period that you get is different, it's a sign that your body's rejecting him. And the last sign that your body's rejecting this guy that you're currently seeing is changes in sleep. And the reason why changes in sleep is a sign that your body's rejecting this guy is because when you're sleeping, that's when your subconscious mind is activated. So if you normally get good sleep, but you notice that after you start seeing this guy, you start sleeping too much or too little, or you wake up in the middle of the night from nightmares or just random thoughts and you can't fall back asleep, that's a sign. Because here's the thing, even if you're a typically anxious girl or you overthink a lot, when you meet someone that's actually right for you, they're going to be able to subconsciously ease those worries. So you're going to continue to get your normal sleep if you're dating a guy who's actually good for you. But if he's not good for you and you start getting disturbed sleep or weird nightmares, run, girl, run. The last thing I want to say to you ladies is this. Our society has conditioned us to be completely detached from our bodies, but our bodies are massive indicators of how we actually feel about other people. You know that gut feeling. And if you're ignoring that gut feeling, all these other symptoms are going to start showing up, but you are going to classify them in your mind as thoughts that are related to different circumstances. The stress that you feel from your acne, you're going to blame on your job. The irregular period, you're going to blame on your diet. Your weight change, you're going to blame on the fact that it's cold outside and now you don't want to go for a walk. Meanwhile, the common denominator is this new guy that you just started seeing that you know deep down on the inside is not right for you, but you're just ignoring it. So this is your sign. This video is your sign to actually sit there and assess how do you feel about this guy. And if you know deep down at your core that he's not the right one for you, then please get rid of him. You don't need to do your body a disservice, and all those feelings that you're not addressing are going to multiply into more stressful thoughts, into more acne, into more weight gain or weight loss, into more changes in your period, and so on. My name is Iman. I help girls get a life. Follow me for more.